Logical, Wally answered, and he had to admit the major's arguments were worthy of a graduate of philosophy studies. And you see, the major continued, clearly pleased with his own speech. And you see, I have not studied philosophy, but I know. Well, that's it. If I'm not allowed to touch anything for the sake of people, what am I supposed to do at work? I sleep, I play. At that moment, a huge wardrobe was opened and an electric train for children emerged. Well, and thanks to this the city is flourishing. What do you think, Mr. Governor, this little boy wants from me? It's simple. He wants to play with me roller coaster because someone spat that I have the latest model. No, Wally did not believe. We bet? The major proposed. Wally hesitated and finally replied, well, because it's so cosmic for me, Mr. Major, that you and Mr. Governor are playing here with an electric train for kids. If you stayed with me longer, you would find out where the real cosmos is, whether on Earth or in the sky, the Major said in Hamlet's way, and his face was covered with smoke from a freshly lit cigarette. Okay, let's bet, Wally broke up. But what shall we bet? You, the Major laughed. How is that? If I win, you cannot continue to be yourself. If I am losing, you have the right to be who you are. But the condition is that it works the other way too, okay? So what? The Major asked, slightly surprised. Well, if I win, Mr. Major, you will not continue to be yourself. And if I am losing, you can be who you are. So be it. I'm calling Mr. Governor. The Major dialed the Governor's phone number from memory and he pressed the loudspeaker. Hi, Martin. My secretary told me you called me. Oh, hello, Walter. I called you because I have a very important order and only you can help me. What? A smile brightened the Major's face. You know, I splashed about your roller coaster in the Council of Ministers, and you know what happened? I know, the Major replied defiantly. The Prime Minister wants to get the same roller coaster as mine in his office. Would you give me the information, please, on this guy who installed this miracle for you? Mr. Governor came quickly to the point. No, that Major teased. Come on, don't be like that. You could always count on me. And you and me, the Major replied dryly. Okay, so what you want? The Governor had weaker cards, apparently. Martin, get me in a jiffy a new central bus station in my city, and the roller coaster for the Prime Minister is yours. Agreed, the voice in the receiver replied without hesitation and hung up. And I have my eighth term, Wally. Now you already know what politics is about. Wally looked at the Major, and now he did not know what to say or what it all meant. He was impressed or even shocked. His jaw dropped. Literally, after a moment he gasped out, I can't be whoever I want to be, Mr. Major. I can only be who I am. Ha ha, the Major laughed triumphantly. We both knew it, and the bet was fair. We both can only be who we are. Haha. I can only be a major who is doing nothing, and you are an eternal student who is also doing nothing. I can keep doing what I have been doing, which is doing nothing, but you, my dear, have lost the bet, and you will have to become whoever you want, except who you are now, because you must admit you would be dishonorable then. Anyway, since you have already been in the ass. Oh, you know that? Wally asked, surprised. What am I not to know? After all, we have to gossip about something in the afternoon when we get enough sleep. All of us here in our offices for majors, directors, and managers. And you are the only six-time faculty graduate here, so the whole city necessarily follows your every step, my dear. Mr. Major, give me an advice then. Please, honor is sacred for me. I accepted this bet a bit recklessly. You, Mr. Major, approached me so philosophically, and now what? Wally waited pathetically. My dear, be a man. Just don't beg me for mercy. I have no mercy for milk sops. I am not going to tell you what you should do now, at least at the moment. An idea struck the major suddenly. And do you have anything to do now? At the moment? Wally asked. To be honest, I was going to have a little rest after my last diploma. And what kind of diploma was it? The major asked. Journalism. The major beamed. You know what? I would have something for you to do for the next 6 months. Well, I know, but so suddenly, Wally resisted. To be honest, I would have to talk to my mom and dad because about it, because you know what? The major interrupted him, and in a triumphant gesture, he raised his hands up. I like you more and more. How I hate people who are eager to work. With such people, there are always only problems. You remind me of someone. Oh, I've heard that many times, Wally laughed. People I see for the first time in my life think they already know me, or I remind them of someone. And I have never stuck my nose anywhere in my life. Besides, I'm not very attracted to travel or new acquaintances. I just like reading books. Wait, let me have a look at you. The major walked around his cousin and looked at him carefully, once the profile, once en face, close and from a distance. You know, you remind me of someone. I know. The major tried hard to recall. Finally, he exclaimed, I know. Well, how could I have been wondering so long? I you are screwed up. You are screwed up, Lenin. Come on, 100% Lenin. Wally grunted, not especially pleased with this comparison. I don't know. Maybe there is some resemblance, he admitted reluctantly, because there are usually people over 40 who look at me like that. That is, those who still remember pictures of Lenin from history classes, especially since I have a goatee beard. For younger people, I'm just bald and that's it. Listen, the major was visibly excited. I have 1,000 ideas for you. And you know what? It seems to me it's possible for you to remain who you are and at the same time to become whoever you want, the major corrected himself. We want. Well, that would suit me better because you know I'm not looking for impressions here. I'm not looking for fun or whatever. I'm not looking for money either. Wealth doesn't interest me. I want to live peacefully. I never run ahead. I always believe it will be somehow. I am 36 years old. Mom and dad are both 58. They are retired early after the sugar factory was closed. And you know, I don't want them to get nervous because of me in their old age. Do you understand, Mr. Major? I'm sorry, but I'd rather you did not expect anything from me. I prefer to say it right away. My mom and dad are terribly sensitive, so I prefer to avoid dangerous situations. Oh, Wally, what are you explaining to me? Do you think I don't know what Steph and Wendy are like? You know, I offered your father a position of municipal director, and he refused. He said, restless work, everyone will have a grudge, and I will not be able to sleep peacefully. He told me, until retirement, I prefer to collect empty cans in the city. Easy job, sure money, no problems with people. Interesting? So, we will continue next time. See you.